What's up, everyone? How's it going? Spawning in the south or northeastern side of the map, we have 3D Anotand as our blue Zushi legacy player. Over here in the southwest, we have SAS as our red Russ. And just so you guys know, this is the finals for the bi-weekly Rumble number 1. Current price support $51 to first place. Still time for, well, if you're watching this as a VOD, there's no more time for you guys, but you guys could contribute to the weekly number 2 or the bi-weekly number 2. For those of you watching this live, there's still time for you guys to contribute if you wish. If you can't, totally fine, understandable, of course. Clicking on the subscribe button over there on YouTube, watching the videos helps as well. If you're watching on Twitch, feel free, use your Prime subscription. Thoroughly appreciate it. Even just watching, I appreciate it. You guys have been amazing. You guys have been chit-chatting with me all day, going on 4 hours right now. Hopefully we have an amazing best of 3 between these two top level Conqueror players. Very standard opener from our Zushi legacy. As usual, I feel a little weird about these types of positionings because you have to be very, very careful on where your sheep end up. But that's the good thing about how Anotand does it. He puts the house on the opposite side of where the TC is. So if you put the mill here, he would put the house on this side in order for the sheep to go there. So he just makes all the sheep go towards the house. Oh, I forgot to switch this over. That way they don't gather up next to the mill, they gather up next to the house instead, and it makes it easier for him to drop off and get the bonuses. Russ player going for 3. Ooh, 3 scouts. He's missing sheep though. Okay. Here they come. What is he doing? The sheep, or excuse me, the scout just completely stopped, and now he's gonna have 6 villagers going over to start making his Kremlin next to his stone and berries, which means he is gonna be going for the 2 TC play. Very standard. Nice meditation garden location. 48 food, 30 stone, 30 gold. Not really any better. There isn't a better location for him. There really isn't. There was a double scout opener for 3D Anotand as well in order to deny out some of that bounty for our Rust player. See what else we have going on. Nothing really. Just want to say thank you guys again. Thank you for watching. Much appreciated. I hope you guys have been enjoying yourselves. It has been a pretty long day. Started at noon Pacific Standard Time. 4 hours in, and we still have another best of 3 to go. Few hiccups happened here and there though, especially when the players blocked me out of my own tournament. Stinkers. For some reason they decided to put no, or to not allow observers, so I straight up didn't have a single game to watch for or to cast for about what, 30 minutes. Yeah, that was pretty bad, but chat stayed with me. Chat kept me company. Really nice of you guys. I appreciate it. I really do. You guys have been amazing. Thank you so much for showing up, for participating, for watching. Love it. This is why I do this. Oh, he hasn't really transitioned into that second TC yet. Huh. Is he gonna be going for a potential fast castle then? No, I don't think he'd go for... Oh, maybe. He is moving 5 villagers over to gold right now. A few different locations getting rung, getting a little alarms getting thrown up. Jingning Tower, 2 TC play coming for 3D Anotand. And I do think it might be turning into a potential fast castle play for our Russ, because generally around this time you would already see the stone being taken, the wood transition, and within the next 30 seconds you would see the second TC coming down. Instead, we have an early night, second early night coming through. It could just be in order to start delaying some of these resources. It's not like it's going to be that big of a deal anyways, because he's already picked off quite a few, or he hasn't picked off quite a few, but he has ready, Anotand has already grabbed quite a few resources in order to do so. He's sitting on 360 stone. He has enough wood in order, or enough stone to go into the TC. He is in song, so he has the wood for it as well. No, he doesn't. He was 4 off, but it does tick over. The meditation garden does click over, give him, oh wait, no, that's only 1. Did he do a forced drop off? Because he went up 20 wood pretty quickly right there, so I think he did do a forced drop off. What else are we gonna see? I'm not entirely sure what our Rust player is doing. Is he gonna, like, this looks very last year. Well, I say last year, that was 5 days ago. This is something that looks like 5, not even, like 8 months ago with the 1TC feudal all in, or well, feudal aggression. We might be seeing a second archery range coming up, so it'll be 1 stable, 2 archery ranges, kind of similar to what the French do in order to start applying pressure. The house is gonna go down, gonna supply block our Zushi player. We already have a house being built in the back as well, so not too shabby. Jingning Tower is gonna help with the defense. Anotand is putting himself in a pretty decent position. 27 villagers, 10 military for Russ, for SAS. Anotand sitting on 30 villagers, 3 military. He has a nice defensive position though with that second TC, especially since it was 40% less due to Song Dynasty. With that extra 140 wood that he saved, 160 wood that he ended up saving, that was that allowed him to basically get his military infrastructure up a little bit sooner. And don't forget that the 40% reduction is for all non-military buildings, which means outposts. He's gonna be able to throw up outposts for 60 gold, I mean 60 wood, and that's it. 60 wood, that's insane. He could put up another 2 right now. 120 gold, or I don't know why I'm saying gold, 120 wood in order to do so, but it's significantly cheaper, which allows him to get into his which does allow him to get into his hand cannon slits a little bit faster as well. And now we're seeing the Chukunu start picking away at the archers. This is really bad for SAS. His early knights are out of position. We're seeing another outpost coming up next to the berries as well in order to just add more defense to his food eco. Harass coming out over here on the back line, or on the wood line. A single knight gets a villager. A total of 2 villagers have went down for Anotand, none for our Rust player, but that's mainly because, of course, Anotand is playing very defensively, getting his 2 base eco going. 39 villagers, and that economy is gonna just keep getting higher and higher. No second TC out of our Rust player. As I said earlier, it was going to be a single stable into 2 archery ranges, and we have the second one already. Nice little military count coming up for Russ, for SAS. 8 archers, 5 lancers, I mean, excuse me, 5 early knights. and a horseman are on its way, plus the 3 scoots, of course, but they're not going to be making too much of a difference. Soak up a little bit of damage. That's basically all they're going to be good for in the upcoming fight. Chukanu, 7 of them, 2 spears. Any other harass coming through? Does not look like it. We are getting the blacksmith and another archery range coming down, which means another free. Oh, is he supply block? No. Why wasn't that being made then? That was a little weird. He wasn't supply blocked, yet the spear wasn't coming through. Free units are free units, and a potential. That's double. Wait, are both of these? No, they do not have the hand cannon slits. Really nice response from Anotand. As soon as they poked forward, he already sent them back into their outposts. A little bit of a mini wall up here on the northern side of the base. Gonna be delaying out these early knights, or the early night horsemen and the scout. Spears are gonna be rotating that way in order to help defend. Incremental damage. It's not really about the damage onto the meditation guardian, it's more about the denial on the resources. The knights are gonna try to get a charge off. It might actually connect right there. No, nice pull by Anotand, realizing that his villagers were moving over to the second outpost instead of going back into the TC, so he manually sent them back home. Really good response right there. Really good control by Anotand. Our Rust player is still just getting a slight eco going. Nothing too big, of course, since he is on the 1 TC, and I don't know what he's going to be able to do. This is the same as what's been going on in the rest of the tournament as well. The person with the 2 TC play, it's always more beneficial for the person that has the 2 TC, of course, compared to the 1 TC in terms of eco. But not only that, the person on, especially when it comes to the Zushi Legacy, since they do get that 40% wood reduction on non-military buildings, they're able to get such a massive defensive stance against everybody, against any other civilization that they play against, because they're able to throw down the additional outposts for cheap. 60 wood instead of 100. You're saving 40 wood. You're able to do more for a lot less. A single outpost over here on the gold for Zushi, and then double outpost over here next to his berries in the front of his base. Not only that, but then he also has 2 TC next to it. So even if a big raid does happen, you could see it all right here in a single frame. Charge, no, does not go through, and now the hand cannon slits are in on those as well. So you can see it all right here in one screen. 3 outposts, 2 TCs, all right next to each other. That is absolutely massive for our Zushi player. He's able to just defend so easily. The Chukanu mass has been growing substantially over the last 5 minutes as well. 45 villagers, 45 military, 4 SAS, 29 archers, 13 early knights. A single ram, the meditation guardian, will be going down, but it doesn't matter. It's been useless for quite some time now as well. Anotand sitting on 62 villagers, 42 military, 27 Chukanu, 13 spears, 4 palace guards. Early palace guards nevertheless though, they're still armored units. They still take less damage from those archers, so they will be making quite the difference in this upcoming fight. See what ends up happening here though. The Rams are going to be pushing forward. Get shot out very quickly. No villagers are going to be moving out to try to get the meditation garden up. There's no reason for it at all, of course. With 2 rams out, 3rd ram coming up, even if you did have 10 villagers on there to try to get it up, 1 ram will be able to deny that out very quickly, and there's no point in wasting so many resources either. 59 military, 4 SAS. but he can't really do anything. Anotand has forced, or has created, not necessarily forced, but he has created such a huge advantage for himself and such an amazing defensive position as well. I do not see SAS being able to break this. SAS's best bet is going to be to try to get into Castle Age and then try to break them there, which even then, that's going to be pretty damn difficult to do. Like I said, he's created this amazing defense for himself, but it looks like SAS might just try to go for it now. Is he going to commit? The charge does go through, does connect with a couple of the Chukunu, but there's so many Chukunu. Look at the amount of damage that's coming through. Archers in the back, but at the same time, keep in mind, the Chukunu are going to be able to do a lot of damage to the armored and of course to the ranged units. But you have to remember, there are rams here. They are going to be able to soak up a decent amount of damage. The early knights are armored, so they're going to be soaking up a decent amount of damage. But it doesn't really look like it's going to make that big of a difference. The palace guards and the spears mixed together are being able to chunk out a huge portion of the early knights. And now the Chukunu are going to be moving forward and pushing this back. They could single target down each one of these early knights if they wanted to, which they kind of are, but they're also just blanketing damage throughout the military. And GG will be getting called very soon by SAS. I really don't think he's gonna hold out much longer. That was his last ditch attempt, and the game 1 goes over to our blue Zushi Legacy player, Anotand. Time to jump over to game number 2. Where, oh where? All right, both of them are on my friends list, so let's just jump over to them right now. Hop, skip, and a jump. All right, take care, Wilkinson. Thank you for watching. Really appreciate it. Thank you to all those that came and gone, that have came and went. Oh, we're gonna get Jeanne d'Arc versus the Ottomans. I'm gonna have to do some massive editing to this video. You know what? I'm just gonna upload all of it. Let people skip through it. That's fine. I am gonna be uploading chunks of it as well, of course, though. I'm not only gonna have a freaking 5-hour video uploaded. I have some other ones as well. Oh, 25 seconds. All right, here we go. Welcome to game number 2 between Anotand as our blue Jeanne d'Arc player spawning in the southwest of Gorge, and SAS, our red Ottoman player, spawning in the northeast. Game 2 of the finals of the bi-weekly Rumble number 1, hosted by yours truly, me. Awesome. No spoilers on game number 1. Hopefully you guys already watched it and didn't skip through it. But this is game number 2. Nice standard build coming through for SAS. 5 villagers on stone in order to get the Dark Age military school up and running for Jeanne d'Arc. It's Jeanne d'Arc. Wait, double house right off the rip. Ooh. Getting the extra experience going for the build because you're going to need the second house anyway, so might as well do it now. Gonna just be surviving off of the wolves. Imagine if you could eat wolves too. I don't see why not. Just gonna live off of the sheep for a little bit. No intention of going over to berries anytime soon. The main thing to keep into consideration as the Ottoman, as I say multiple times in casts, you don't have to worry about doing damage with your spears in the Dark Age. It's good just to get, even if you're not going to do any harass. If you don't believe in your micro and you think you're just going to lose them, just bank them up. The main purpose, in my opinion, the main purpose for the military school in the Dark Age is to start getting those visor points, visor experience as soon as possible. That's why I love getting it right off the rip. I don't really concern myself with, can I get any damage done with it? I'm gonna start banking up, especially when you're going against Jeanne d'Arc or the French themselves, or any cavalry style civilization. If you start banking up the spears, by the time you hit feudal, you'll have anywhere between 3 to 5 spears, depending on your timing and all that good stuff, which means it's going to be a lot more difficult for those early knights, royal knights, sofas, whatever, to actually do damage to you. You're going to have them right on your gold. You don't have to worry about getting the outpost up and running as early as you normally would. It has so many benefits to it. It really does. Very standard play, as I was saying, between both of them. Twin Minaret Madrasa coming up in the back for our Ottoman player. 4 villagers are going to be building that. School of Cavalry, of course, going to be coming for, or getting put up by Jeanne d'Arc. 3D Anotand. That's a lot of sheep over here for SAS. The first spear is over here on the gold. Gonna start poking down a little bit. Gets shot in the face. Gets shot in the face again. He has to be wary. He could potentially lose this if he gets it a little too close and Anotand were to react fast enough. Throw 15 villagers into the TC and just shoot it down extremely quickly. The School of Cavalry now has 2 villagers on it. Gonna try to get that up and running a little faster. Twin Minaret Madrasa still only has the 4 villagers, which is completely fine. Oh, he almost loses that spear. Like I said, it's not that big of a deal. It is free. It does kind of hurt you in the long run though, depending on what civilization you're going against. In this case, you kind of don't want to lose them because you want to try to bank up as many spears as you can for the inevitable royal knights. Ow, I just hit my elbow. Oh, that kind of hurt. And by kind of, I mean it really hurt. Yeah, that was a solid hit. Anyways, enough of my complaining. Where was I though? I completely lost my train of thought. I was in the middle of saying something. I don't remember what it was anymore. Oh, I needed some water though, desperately bad. Walls are going to be coming up for SAS now. He does need to make sure he gets nice and secure. This is kind of a terrible position for his stone though. That's very forward. But on the plus side, he could kind of throw an outpost in the middle of his golden stone and be semi-secure. Jeanne d'Arc murdering poor defenseless animals for the fun of it. Get her. Get her. I would love to see the boar finally get its revenge one of these days and just go Super Saiyan. Just right there, like the last 2 health remaining, just goes Super Saiyan and completely obliterates her. Just see a massive suplex. That'd be pretty good. Second military school coming up. Should be seeing the blacksmith as well fairly soon. There it is. Good call by me. Awesome job. Pat myself on the back. Royal Knight. Nope. Oh, we barely have only 1 Royal Knight on the field right now, and it is gonna get deflected by these 2 spears. Charge does go off. It is gonna be able to get the villager. No textiles up and running quite yet. And for the next tournament, I am gonna have Civ bans for sure. It might make the tournament drag on a little bit more in terms for the players, but I want to see more diversity, a lot more diversity. Then again, we have seen, this is the first time we see Jeanne d'Arc. We have seen Zushi Legacy like 4 times, the Malians once, Ottoman twice now. Surprisingly enough, we've seen the Ottoman twice. It's pretty good. During this little slowdown, just want to show my appreciation again, or shout out my appreciation for you guys. I really do. If it wasn't for you guys, I wouldn't be doing this. Thank you for watching my videos, subscribing to my YouTube, doing all the good stuff that we do. My elbow still hurts. Sipahi out on the field. And feel free to, if you guys can, willing to, there are links in the description and down below and all that good stuff on where you guys could go to further support the channel. A lot of that does go back into making these videos, and it does go back in, and it does go towards the tournament themselves. So the more support, the better it is, and the bigger the tournaments I could potentially make as well. I do want to try to get to running essentially 2 separate events on a weekly basis. 1 week will be the bi-weekly Rumble, and then on the other week, I do want to do nice charge right there on those Royal Knight, from those Royal Knights onto the Sipahi. Does deter them quite significantly, forces them to turn around. SAS is sitting on 8 spears though. Nice spear count coming through. 8 spears, 3 archers, 4 archers now, and 3 Sipahi plus the meta. The meta just spawned right now. Our Ottoman player does have a decent military count and a very decent defense right now. 31 villagers for Anotand, 31 as well for SAS. 20 military for SAS though, 7 archers. Oh, I already just went through his, but the 16 military for Jeanne d'Arc. 6 spears, 4 Royal Knights, 4 archers. It does look... Ooh. Why do you have so many villagers idle, Anotand? Okay. Out of sheep now, moving over to berries. Okay, good job. The boar. It's not going to be able to do anything. There is the outpost right here, 5 villagers. Not like he's going to be losing anything anytime soon right there. Anyways, until that outpost were to get burned down. So, no reaction out of Anotand. Just pulls a couple of his Royal Knights over here in order to defend it. Doesn't really need much else. This has been an extremely passive game. SAS might be just building up for a huge attack and try to end it all at once. Since he is still chilling in feudal age, I would have really liked to see him go into castle potentially so he could start getting the Janissaries as well. But this might be good enough. Just going straight into a feudal all-in push against Jeanne d'Arc, try to end it. Especially since you are down 1. You are down 1-0. So he does need to go for a Hail Mary play pretty soon as well. Otherwise, Jeanne d'Arc... Well, I say pretty soon, but Jeanne d'Arc wouldn't be hitting level 3 until about 18 minutes in. Let's go ahead and swap this really quick just so we could check, see where she's at. Yeah, she's just above halfway right now. Does have 4 stacks, 4 charges of Holy Wrath, 20 damage in a 1.25 tile radius. It will be doing a significant amount of damage in a really it actually is a pretty big radius. You don't think 1.25 tiles is big, but it really is. Anotand is going to start posturing over here, most likely for a little bit of a raid. $43 military for our Ottoman player, though. He might be able to just crush Anotand with this attack if Anotand doesn't control Jeanne d'Arc properly. Those 3 Royal Knights and Scout did force the entire military for SAS to come back. That was a massive delay. He could have easily been already poking into the military or poking into the army of Anotand, but instead went back to try to defend against the knights, even though he did have sufficient army back there to do so. And now those same 3 Royal Knights and Scout are rotating around and gonna try to hit the eastern side. Villagers do jump inside of the outpost. Thankfully it was only 5 villagers and they all fit in there. Now they're gonna be getting sent back home, but they might get picked off right here. Are the Sipahi gonna charge in? Oh, the spears for Anotand poke up way too much. One instantly gets shot down. Second one takes a lot of damage. Third, fourth. This isn't going to be going very well. Does need a focus fire down the meta, which he does. A lot of damage being sent back and forth between the 2 players right there. And Jeanne d'Arc bolts it to the front. Nice, decent amount of damage onto the entirety of, or onto the spears of SAS. Is she going to get bought back? I don't think he has enough gold in order to do so. And now the front line for Anotand isn't really there to defend. She does get bought back, actually just hits the amount of gold necessary in order to do so. Nice poke damage on the retreat though. She missed out on so much experience. That's the main issue right there, is she missed out on so much experience. I really hate that I can't see her experience right here through the caster UI. And Anotand isn't done. He's gonna just go back in. Nice nice Holy Wrath right there. She is gonna get poked down yet again. It hasn't even been the 2-minute timer, so she's not gonna be able to buy back either. This is gonna be a huge amount of experience yet again that she's gonna be missing out on. And she could potentially even turn the tide on this fight if she was here, but she got picked off way too quickly twice in a row. I do hear alarms off in the distance. 1 villager has been picked off. That is it. Anotand sitting on 17 archers, 3 Royal Knights. Nice charge right there. He's gonna be able to get 3 Sipahi potentially. Oh, why did he back off? He does get the 4th one for free as well. Villagers over here on the north are getting harassed. Another villager does go down. 1 villager kill apiece. Meanwhile, back at home for Anotand, not too much going on. 45 villagers apiece, 26 military for Anotand, 21 spears for Royal Knights, and a spear for SAS. 51 military. Huge military ball right here. 53 for him, nearly double the amount for SAS that there are for Anotand. 31 archers, 10 spears, 7 Sipahi, 8 janissaries are on the field now, and that's going to be a lot of DPS for our Ottoman player. Those Royal Knights are going to get melted, but there aren't really that many. There's only 4. Anotand is trying to go into castle right now as well. Jeanne d'Arc hasn't spawned. I think she has about 30 seconds left, I want to say. We don't see her yet. Does have enough gold in order to buy her back if you really wanted to, but of course that'd be a waste at this moment. Just save it up until later. And 3 Royal Knights do make it into the back line again. Get a single villager kill, potentially 2 more. No, they decided to just go back home. Castle Age clicks over for Anotand. It was the guild. Oh no, it is about to click over. Sorry, I got those two confused. But it was just Jeanne d'Arc entering the battlefield. Guild Hall is going to be clicking over probably in the next 15 20 seconds. But is it going to be a little too late? He's not going to have enough time for his veterancies. Jeanne d'Arc is on the field. She could potentially do something. There is a ram as well that's going to start focus firing down. Probably going to go for the barracks, since that is where the consecration is. 37 military to 67. Massive lead for our Ottoman player. That is a decent choke though. The Sipahi break free. The Royal Knights got instantly focus fired. Level 3 Jeanne d'Arc now. But the Janissaries are going to be able to focus fire her and just apply so much damage onto her. Even though she does have 5 armor and 50% damage reduction, there's just too many units, not enough front line. Sorry about that, camera skipped yet again for no apparent reason. And now the archers are getting picked clean on the retreat. Jeanne d'Arc isn't going to be able to do much. The moment she pokes in, she's gonna die to those Janissaries and to the bows, or to the archers themselves. Look at that. If she jumps on them, she could actually take them though. If she jumps on the Janissaries right now, she'd be able to take them out, but decides to just run away. If she went in there, Holy Wrath plus Divine Restoration, at level 3, it's a 35 damage, 1.25 tile radius ability. It'll cleave through those Janissaries plus her normal attacks. Like I said, she has 5 armor, 50% ranged damage reduction. So she is very tanky when it comes to situations like that. If she was trying to jump on them while the archers were around, that's just too much damage getting thrown at her all at once. But when it's just the Janissary, she would have been able to take that fight. The entirety of SAS's army is over here on the northwestern side, or southwestern side, I guess, northwestern part of Anotand's base. 9 military. Nice cleave right there. Amazing Holy Wrath is able to take 3-4 units down with her. But it's 11 military for Anotand, 61 for SAS. I'm not entirely sure what's taking SAS so long to just end the game now. He knows he's so far ahead. Okay, so he's just gonna build some rams and then that's it. 49 villagers for Anotand, 14 military, 52 villagers for SAS, 70 military, 70 to 14. This is just straight up game ending right now. Villagers do poke out in order to do a little bit of damage onto the ram, bring it down to almost half health. But there's nothing that Anotand is going to be able to do right here. This is going to be way too devastating, way too much damage. The spear count has made its way back up as well. I smell a GG coming as soon as Jeanne d'Arc dies. That's what I'm assuming. That's what I call right now. Jeanne d'Arc does run in, gets skewered. Everything is focus firing her. Pops Divine Restoration, brings everything back up to full, or not up to full, does heal everything for 30% of their missing health. Jeanne's champions are in the front line. Is she actually going to be able to turn this around? Another Holy Wrath, a huge cleave right there, does back out. She's not going down. She isn't. She's been skewered twice. She's been focus fired by Janissaries and archers. She's going to run in for a third time. Is she going to be able to get the Holy Wrath off? Cleave. Where's the Holy Wrath? Does she not have one up? I don't think she actually had one up right there. Does get bought back, has full health now. This is insane. This is absolutely absurd right now. Look at the military, 18 to 41. Yes, the economy of our Jeanne d'Arc player is in shambles, But what does it matter when you have Jeanne d'Arc herself that's gonna just solo your army? She was being focus fired by Janissaries, archers, spears. The Sipahi are going to be going towards the back line, going towards the archers. They will be able to connect and start taking some of those down with them. But at what cost? Jeanne d'Arc is alive. It's been about a minute since she got bought back as well, so she's going to be able to get bought back pretty soon. She needs to connect with a Holy Wrath. Does she not have any? No, she doesn't. That's why she hasn't used it yet. She is kind of body blocking though. Now she's gonna get fully surrounded. And I think this is the part where it's game over. Yes, GG does get called. Game 2 goes to SAS, our red Ottoman player. That was solid. That Jeanne d'Arc was insane. She was so freaking tanky right there. That was a lot of damage that she soaked up. That was really good. I'm very impressed. They are in the lobby. All right, game number 5 game number 3 will be starting in a moment. Let's go ahead, take a break, since I have to wait for them to start it up anyways. That way it's on a 5-minute delay. In the meantime, do your stretches, breathe, relax, chill out. Thank you for those who have recently joined. Thank you all for following the Twitch channel. If you haven't already, there are a few commands as well for my YouTube channel, Patreon, Ko-fi. As I say Ko-fi, it does pop up. Oh wait, no, that's been there, right? That would have been perfect timing though. Yeah, feel free, use any of the commands to go to my other social medias and to the different places where you could support me as well. Soldier, no, that's not one of our people. But yeah, I'm gonna take a quick 2-minute break. I need to do my own stretches, drink some water, and find a snack. So be right back while they get their game up and running. All right, I am back. Now we are going into game number 3 of the finals for the finals of the bi-weekly rumble number 1. Spawning in the east side of Canal, we have 3D Anotand as our blue Aabits player. Spawning in the west, we have SAS, our red Japanese. It does seem like he's going to be going for the dog, of course. Keep in mind, this is a solid map for the Japanese. Even though their dock does still cost the 150, the 150 wood, that is, their fishing boats only cost 45 wood compared to your standard 75. So they are going to be saving 30 wood per fishing boat. So they're able to get more boats out more cost effectively as well than the other civilizations. We'll see what kind of advantage that does give SAS in the long term though. And if Anotand is going to be doing anything in order to start or anything to deny his progression, his eco. Already we see Anotand with a lead though. Already has a fishing boat out. Second one will be coming out shortly. By the time SAS's first fishing boat comes out, the second one for Anotand is going to be out and about. I expect this to be pretty passive until we get into about the 8-minute mark. And then that's when we're going to start seeing real aggression from either of our players. Now the main issue, not issue, but the main concern or curiosity, I guess, is going to be who's going to go up to the second or even potentially third dock first. Because these are shoreline fish, right? But there's a lot of them. There's a lot of shoreline fish. Just right here, there's actually more than 5. I don't know why I only selected 5, but we got 3, right? No, 4. Oh, he's gonna delete one right there. Yeah, all of them are shoreline. Why are only some of them getting? But just right here in this small section, we're looking at 10 fish, 10 shoreline fish. Move down over here. I guess not too many over here. So there's about 12 shoreline fish, 12, 13, 14 shoreline fish. Still, that's a lot of food. That's okay. So at 10, so that's 5,000 food just right there. And we are getting our first wall to start blocking off any future harassment coming through from the water to the western side, to SAS's side of the map.
ما حاجتك؟
Oh, apparently I muted myself and I did not notice. Well, that's pretty horrible. We do get the age up from Anotand, he ended up going with Culture Wing Advancement, which is something he did earlier on in this tournament as well. I thought it was just because of the situation that he was in, but it looks like that's straight up just his strategy for this map in order to start getting the military units or the Navy out a lot sooner. Like right now, he's already gonna get the Dow out. He already hit Castle Age, or excuse me, yeah, Feudal, and our Japanese player hasn't hit Feudal yet. So now Anotand is gonna have a huge naval advantage, but he's out of wood. He actually doesn't have enough wood to continue this. Meanwhile, our Japanese player, SAS, does hit Feudal. He hasn't upgraded, or he hasn't actually made any yet either. But that was 6 fishing boats that were severely idled. So that was more than half of his eco right there. That was just not doing anything. And now we are getting an offensive dock for our Japanese player. Is that a Dow? Yes, that is a Dow as well. A defensive Dow. So Anotand is gonna be playing a huge water style map, huge water style, or huge water play style. Holy crap, I don't know why I just kept tongue twistering myself right there. Yeah, I could say tongue twister perfectly fine. Stone and of course gold coming down, or while still coming down. We do have the outpost as well. I'm pretty sure that was just for offensive arrow slits. Yes, offensive. The naval arrow slits. Only enough stone to get one. Not like it really matters too much, like he was going to be able to get a second one. But it does increase his offensive and defensive capabilities on this side of the map. Gonna give him more sustainability. That's a lot of range on that. I never realized how much range was on the naval arrow slits. Damn. Yeah, never realized that. That's insane. That's really solid range. What do we have going on behind this? It looks like he could be potentially posturing for a Castle Age. The way that he has his villagers split, it wouldn't be too bad of an idea to actually go into Castle, because SAS is gonna have, he's going to have to defend his water. Ooh, how many does he have? How many explosive junks do you have, Singer SAS? He only has 2. It looks like a lot more, but he only has 2 at the moment. Now, the main question is, are they going to be able to do anything, or is it going to be wasted resources? He is sitting on 2 docks on his side, so he could have potentially went for something different, and now we're going to get them crashing into the dock. No focus fire, unable to... Oh, it's not going to be enough to kill it. It barely survives. It is on fire. No villagers nearby in order to repair it, though. There is one villager. He's not going to make it. Yeah, he's not going to make it in time at all. 100 HP, losing health rapidly. Yeah, he's not going to be making it at all. But Anotand has broken through. Oh, wait. Wait, are you gonna make it, Mr. Villager? Holy crap. He did make it. Hero Villager. That is amazing for Anotand. He's gonna keep this offensive position. He, more than anything, he's just gonna be able to keep the naval arrow slits right here. He doesn't have to worry about rebuilding anything. Yes, they did come through for our Japanese player as well, for SAS, but it's more beneficial, or it makes, how can I put it? It's more beneficial for Anotand because he's the one that's being offensive right now. That's not gonna be a very effective run by. Yeah, I'm not sure what SAS was thinking right there. Yeah, not sure. But anyways, it's better for Anotand because it's keeping his offensive position secure. So That's gonna block out all of the fish over here on the center western side of canal of the map from the fishing boats, and the fishing boats are pretty much done over here on the west. Oh wait, no, there's still one right there. Okay, so he still has a little bit of food that he could go for. Basically though, he can't grab this one or anything for it. Oh, that only has one food. All right, that doesn't matter then. Another demolition ship onto the dock. It's not going to be going down. It looks like Anotand is going to give up water though. Has he eaten up enough fish over here? I don't think so. And he has a lot of fishing boats. Another one comes out. I think that was a misclick. I'm pretty sure that was supposed to be an explosive explosive ship, explosive dhow. There's so many explosives. It was supposed to explode. It wasn't supposed to be going fishing. An offensive, nice explosion right there. Nice explosive dhow. Good thing we were able to see that. A little bit of micro coming through to kill off the shinobi. All of the fishing boats have to migrate over to the eastern side. He does not have enough resources over here in order to be able to sustain that many fishing ships, so that's going to be a lot of idle workers. Junk explosion almost kills it, down to 40 HP. I don't think this dock is going to be able to get anything up. They're gonna just go through that shoreline so quickly. Another explosive dhow for our Aobit's player. I think this might be the turning point for SAS to get back into this game, start gaining the map control, or excuse me, the water control, not necessarily the map control. We'll have to see what exactly happens right here though. Wait, what just exploded? Wait, was there a... There wasn't an explosive junk there. Did he trigger it on the junk? And now the springload ship does come out. Shinobi coming through. The dock in the middle has been killed off. SAS is going to be going up to three dock play now. This is huge for SAS. He's going to be able to get that advantage. No Castle Age upgrades. I would love to see the third dock getting dropped soon. He needs to do that because once SAS gets that 3 dock advantage, he's already getting kicked out of the food. Oh, there was a Castle Age coming through. Freaking, I forgot the UI doesn't show me. It was eco villager count. Okay. So he went for the eco wing villagers, gave him 5. I think it's 5 more villagers when you use it going into castle because it's 3 when you go into feudal. That shinobi got wrecked. There is an explosive junk here. It's not gonna commit. Villager is gonna get focused down by the 2 springald ships, the war junks. You do not need to spin to win anymore. They got rid of that a while ago. Shinobis are still out on the map, still causing a little bit of havoc. The 2 dhows need to move forward. Nice micro, and there is the naval arrow slits on the forward most dock for our Japanese player. Camel Lancer is out, so now we're sitting on Castle Age for the Aobids and feudal for our Japanese. This is going to be a little difficult for our Japanese player now because he has to worry about the land. Before, his only concern was what was going on in water. Anotand has transitioned into camel lancers in order to start punishing land. As you can see, SAS doesn't really have anything for land aside from throwing up a ton of outposts, and now he's going to be walling as well. So with that said, it's going to be a little difficult for our red Japanese player to be able to successfully hold all of this aggression, especially if he gets back here. Look at all the villagers. There's 16 villagers in the wood line right now that could potentially get idled out and a couple of them even dying. Now to check back with the rest of the Navy for SAS, 19 military and 16 of, or 20 military. 17 of that is naval. Yeah, this is gonna be huge. I would love to see these guys just move their navies against each other, but of course that's not gonna happen. They're both freaking top 50 pros. If I want to see something like that, I'll have to run a solo map on like Archipelago, or what was the other one? Isles? Camel Lancers. Camel Lancers. Are they gonna get a charge off on these villagers? Floating gate is gonna be coming through. 5 villagers are gonna be building that up. Little delayed reaction from SAS getting those villagers into their respective outposts. A lot of villagers are going down right now. A total of 16 villagers, 17 villagers have went down, and now we're getting that little war sparked off in the middle of the map. The explosive dows going all the way back into, damn, able to kill off 2 fishing boats right there, 2 springboard ships, and an archer ship. That was really good for our Aeobid's player. But keep in mind, he still has his own nice little attempted focus fire, but I don't think that's really going to be able to help. He gets body blocked. Now that helps him. The body block from his own springboard ship gives the slight advantage to Anotand on water. And now the springboards for our Japanese player, the war junks, are just going to go down as well. Okay, never mind. Apparently Anotand wanted to throw that explosive junk at the dock and outpost instead for some reason, instead of just killing the 2 war junks that were right in front of his base. And now they will be getting healed up by the fishing boats. Nice little damage coming through from the archer ships, from the junks themselves. Dervish, brave, very brave Dervish, just walking right across the canal in front of the Navy from our Japanese player. Did not care. Camel Lancer is going to be going harassing. There's already one in the wood line again. 23 villagers. This is going to be the 24th going down. Castle Age finally does click up for Anotand, or excuse me, for SAS, but he's lost 25 villagers so far. That is not good any which way you look at it. 41 villagers, 41 workers to 72. These junks are going to be getting a clean connection right here if they wanted to. No real reason to, aside from sure, why not. It doesn't look like Anotand really cared about the water anymore anyways. He kind of gave up on it, threw his navy into SAS's, see what happens, did a decent amount of damage, and then he transitioned. He was already transitioning over to land. 13 Ghulams right now, 11 more in queue. He's gonna hit with a massive wave of infantry in just a moment. And also keep in mind, Ghulams do beat samurai in even numbers. You have to outnumber the Ghulams if you have samurai at, I think it was like 1.25 to 1 ratio, no, 1.5 to 1 ratio, in order to beat out the Ghulams as your samurai. They're very strong. Oh yeah, I forgot he's playing as Aeobids, so he has the Menjanique and the Tower of the Sultan. I would love to see a Tower of the Sultan come out. I was just straight up thinking Abbasid, not Aeobids. Ghulams versus a ton of spears, able to do a decent amount of damage to all of them. The Shinobi is the main thing right there that's going to be messing up the count though. Remember, they do 20 base damage plus 5 against melee units. Still a few boats out on the water for Anotand. I don't think he really cares though. It's not his main source of income right now. He's already moved out to farm transition, to berries, to a couple deer. I could have sworn as well. That's going to be a huge transition right there into a farm transition. Yeah, the berries are up here, not being taken whatsoever though. Currently sitting on 20 Ghulams, 3 Dervish, a Dao, and an Archer against 7 Spears, 4 Onimusha, 2 Junks, 2 Shinobi. See what else they're able to get though. Like, Anotand is kind of, I don't want to say he's running out of time. He's running out of effective resources. His transition wasn't as fast as I thought it would have been. Yeah, that could have ended badly. Definitely do not want to do that in front of a Dao or any Navy. Units are going to be coming up over here on the northern side. There aren't that many Onimusha, so the Golem should be able to just come in here and destroy anyways. What kind of reaction are we going to be getting out of SAS at the gold? That could be a lot of potential dead villagers. I count 3 already going down. 4 Onimusha and Spears are here in order to deter this. Don't think it's going to be very effective because he is splitting the village. He is splitting his Golems in order to deal with both the infantry, the Onimusha, and the villagers all at the same time. 33 villager kills, 34, and the number is still going up. So many Golems are going to be coming, flooding in, still sitting at 20 Golems, 4 more in queue, 5 archers, 3 dervish are here as well, just to heal up the few remaining Golem on the enemy side of the base. Huge farm transition plus a second TC for Anotand back at home. Dervish does go down to the springled emplacement. Nice little kiting from the Onimusha. They do not have their movement speed increased though, and there is a Golem just chilling casually under the town center, getting a couple more kills. 43 villagers total, at least 15 in the last 45 seconds, and 18 villagers are being idled. That means effectively SAS has 25 villagers. There's only 25 villagers doing stuff. Even down here at the woodline, villagers were getting chopped to pieces, and all the workers he has, 16 of the workers that he has left are right here. Fishing boats. Do they even have any fish left? Not really. They could start moving over here to the eastern side, but that could be a little dangerous as well. Onimusha moving out in order to try to get a couple more kills. A lot more barracks are getting dropped. Manjanique getting dropped as well. SAS really doesn't have a leg in this race anymore. 46 villagers, 14 military to 86, and 28 for Anotand. The only thing he currently has at the moment is 11 Onimusha, and 8 of them are going to be rotating around on the northern side of the map in order to try to get some harassment done. Meanwhile, in the center of the map, center west of the map, Anotand is getting his Manjanique, getting shots. Look at that damage though. The Manjanique is just gonna, the Manjanique probably isn't the best thing right here. The Manjanique's just gonna get wrecked. The springled emplacement is doing too much damage to it. Nice attempt though, I guess, but it is getting repaired in the back by a villager. Onimusha doing a decent amount of damage over here, not enough to one-shot a single villager. Do they have, yes they do have textiles, so it kind of makes sense, but even then I don't really like Onimusha. I think they're a fun unit. I actually think they're a really fun unit. At the same time, I do think they need a little bit of a buff, like 1 more damage to armored, not base. One more damage to base unit, to armored units, because right now it's only a +9. So they only do 19 damage without upgrades. But anyways, no balance talk. We are going to be getting probably one of the last few attacks of the game. Villagers need to get pulled back in order to start getting that Manjanique full health. Villagers over here for our Japanese player getting slaughtered by the Gulams and archers from our Aebids. We are getting crossbows mixed in as well. Dervish are here in order to heal up some of the weaker units. The Gulams are in the back line, just shredding the shredding the Onimusha down to 5, and they weren't even focus firing the same target. Game GG gets called. Game goes to our blue Aebids player, Anotand. With that, he is going to be the first winner of the finals, or the first winner of the bi-weekly Rumble #1. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you all next time. Dun dun dun.